Oh, hello. Welcome to our third Truth Bomb Tuesday. And today, piece of my heart, a student I have had for many years from when she was like this big here for tutoring, Emma. Emma is here today to talk to me about a few different things, but she is here to speak her truth, and she is so brave, and this is a kid who has made it through the other side of a lot of things that were tricky, that most people would have probably not had as much stick-to-itness, which I'm pretty sure is a real word, right?
Yeah.
Say yes.
Yes.
She has gumption. She is brave. She is one of the hardest working students I have ever had. So when I say she has been here for a really long time, this is a kid that used to come for tutoring, sometimes 3 hours a week to become a good reader. She would come for math tutoring. It has not been easy for Emma. And I think that where she has come to today, which is a student that is going to high school next year. Oh my goodness. So what we're going to talk today with Emma about is some of the things she's learned during her journey as somebody who has had to fight really hard to be a learner, had to fight through some pretty, some pretty significant issues surrounding anxiety, and a big passion topic for her is also bullying. So Emma, welcome to Truth Bomb Tuesday.
Hi.
Hi. So let's start with maybe some of the conversations we've been having around bullying. Mm-hmm. So how, I guess, has bullying affected your life when it comes to learning?
Well, because a lot of the times I kind of felt when I was getting bullied that no one kind of thought that I was a good person, a learner, or I could ever do anything, maybe because of my disability or whatever. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people never really believed in me or trusted me. And because when I was in my old school, I didn't get anything because they didn't really say it in a way that I would understand and I could just do my work, because they just told me to go do my work. Mm-hmm. And I didn't understand really what was going on. But I wouldn't really be able to have a chat with them and say, I don't really get what's going on here.
So I think that's a really good point. I think a big piece of the puzzle when you have a learning disability is how can you explain to others when something's not working for you, because what works for one person doesn't necessarily work for another. So I want to make a big point to have people understand that Emma has worked so hard on her ability to explain herself and speak out for herself when it comes to if she doesn't understand something with her teachers. Yeah. So how have you gotten better in that area when it comes to explaining what you need from your teachers, from your friends? I know we gave Emma, we were trying to remember the award she got last year, but it was basically at the award ceremony, she got an award for her ability to be able to speak up, which is huge for anybody. So how has being able to speak up affected your life? How has it made it better?
Well, a lot of the times I don't let other people around me bother me, because I've learned most of the years that if I'm just going to think that all my life, then I'm not going to really have a good life. And I've learned to kind of just let it be and let myself be myself, because I've learned to just do my work and kind of be like, if I'm going to struggle with this, then I'm going to struggle with this.
So you're saying basically to others, you've accepted some of the parts about yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to be who you are.
Yeah.
And you're not going to let others sort of decide who you're going to be for you.
Yeah.
So many adults wish that they could feel that way, and they'd spend their whole life hoping that they could find that same kind of acceptance. So when it comes to bullying, we'll go back to bullying a little bit. How do you think that's important when it comes to the bullying piece? You said before you were bullied based on your learning disability and the fact that you struggled.
Yeah.
So now you're going back to public school. Yeah. And it's a big deal. And I will tell you guys, right now, this kid is determined. She's like, and just come in a little bit closer to me, Emma, so I can see your whole sweet face. Good. She's determined to not let next year or any year coming at her get her down. She doesn't care what others think. We all care what others think, but she's got a good handle on it. And from the beginning of this year, she's like, I am going to high school and I am going to be brave no matter what, which isn't how you always felt. So explain to people how you got to that place of feeling brave.
Well, like at first when I was in my old school, a lot of people thought like I was a loser, I was stupid, I was all those things. But I learned at the end of like coming to this school, I've learned a lot of things that I can be confident in myself. And even if people are thinking those things, well, let them be, because I'm going to be the person that I want to be. And if they think that I can't do that, well, I'm going to still do that because I still believe in myself. And when I go to high school, I'm not going to let people bother me. I'm just going to do what I need to do.
I'm going to just save this crying that I'd like to have right now for when we turn the camera off. This has not always been the way Emma's thought. For her to get to this place of feeling like I'm going to face this head on with bravery and owning who I am I need to try and I guess explain of how difficult and how hard she's had to fight to feel this way. And it's not easy. It's not like poof, magic, you've felt this way. And do you think it's fair to say you still have to work hard at that every day? So what kinds of things do you tell yourself?
Well, I try to tell myself because like I have these quotes in my room and I look at them every day because it says like you are beautiful, you are strong. And I try to tell myself because a lot of the times I say to myself like, I think at first I'm stupid, but then I tell myself, like, Emma, don't think that because you know what you are and you are not stupid. You are brave, you are beautiful, you are strong. You are all those things. You just got to believe in yourself and you will start to think that.
Oh my goodness. Listen, I have tried to get it across to these kids for so many years that like fake it till you make it, right?
Yeah.
Even if they get a task and it's really hard and they instantly go to like, oh my gosh, I can't do this is too hard.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of them still do that. But then what I've been trying to beg them to do is to say, you know what? I've got this. And we get cheesy about it and like, I have no problem with this. I'm going to do great. Even though they don't really believe it in the moment is what she's saying. So she's got quotes in her room and she lives that lifestyle of telling herself all those messages because eventually it's going to sink in and you are going to start to believe it. So you've got a kid here who has been bullied, who has been told certain messages about her ability to learn by grown-ups and kids, and she's decided to rise above it and find her strength and dig deep. But it's something she has to work on every single day. And she's doing it. And it doesn't mean it's easy. No. Right? The journey isn't easy. So when it comes to the anxiety piece for you, Emma, I know that's a topic we talked about last week, but for you, it's been quite significant. It's been a big journey for you. Where are you at now and what kind of advice do you have for others that are maybe battling their anxieties?
Well, I was really like, it's a lot hard for me because anxiety puts you down a lot. Mm-hmm. But I've kind of learned through the years that even though I have anxiety or whatever, I've kind of learned that I can still go through life. And I can, even though I may have those thoughts that aren't the bestest, but I may have to try to just deal with it kind of also because I kind of have to learn that those thoughts are going to be in my head. But I have to think of the positive every single day. And that's what I do because I have a lot of those moments. But I have to think of the positive. And that's my main thing I have to go to.
So her message is that anxiety is definitely a part of who she is. It's how she was built. And she's tried a lot of strategies over the years. I've watched her try. And even though it's part of who you are, you're embracing that as part of your journey, but you're going to focus on the positive, even though it's something that's not necessarily where you go to first. Yeah. You kind of acknowledge that. And I'm listening to a really amazing book called The 5-Second Rule, and she talks a lot about this. Our feelings are there. Our fears are there. If might have a baby, and I always wonder, like, is she going to get hurt? Is something really bad going to happen to her? Yeah. But I realize as I go through, because I'm a person with anxiety too, and these kids all know that, that's just a thought.
Yeah.
Right? That's all it is. It's a feeling. You label it and you let it go, and you focus on what you know is good and true. And one of the things I was just listening to, and this is maybe something that could be helpful for others, is that they interviewed people that got to be close to 100, or they were really, at the end of their life, they were interviewed about what were some of their biggest regrets, and almost all the people they interviewed from different walks of life all said the same thing, which is, I wish I didn't worry so much. I wish I didn't worry so much, because at the end, all this worrying was wasted time, because their biggest fear never happened.
Yeah.
Right? So what's your advice for the viewing audience about staying strong, tackling your fears, being your best self? What's your final word you want to tell everybody?
Well, I'd like to say that even though you may tell yourself it's not going to be good, it's not going to be good, you're actually, I worry about a lot of things and I think it's not going to be good. When I get to that place, it actually is good. You have to think of the positive sometimes, even though you may not want to, but that's what I have to do my whole life, so you could try it too.
Get in here for a squeeze. Isn't she the sweetest? Those are wise words, my friend. This has been another incredible Truth Bomb Tuesday with one of my very first students, and a student I hope to have in my life for a very long time. Good luck in high school. In 8 more days of school. Holy cannoli. I always say that I'm going to sit out in the parking lot and wave at them while they're in high school and embarrass them. So I'll try not to do that. I will try not to do that to you. Thank you.